It's been a while without attending these satsangs, but I felt the desire to attend today. I've experienced for several weeks a deep darkness and a good amount of suffering. Now I feel that I'm popping up of that place and the clarity is being restored. And what I notice is it's some kind of cycle that repeats. There is an increasing suffering. Then there is a point in which it becomes unbearable. So there is a surrendering that happens. And the commitment and the love for truth and awakening gets stronger and deeper. And then after a while, and then I start to meditate again and contemplate and to get closer to the teaching. And then the cycle starts again. And then the ego program starts running again the thing. And I get very involved into the world, so to speak, and I forget about, not completely, but I start to follow more the ego, so to speak, until the suffering starts again and again. The good thing about this is that when after these moments of intense suffering and darkness, the surrendering is deeper and the love for God is stronger. And it's like there is some washing of a few layers of ignorance, of the sense of separation. But maybe my question is there a way to do something to make this journey, awakening journey, smoother? Or I only have to watch this dynamic and this process to unfold in its own way?
You are given an understanding about truth, about reality. You have glimpses of understanding about the nature of consciousness, about happiness. That happiness is not phenomenal, that the realm of appearance is not where you find the solution, that the solution is already on board, which is awareness, consciousness. You already have been given some understandings. But what happens is sometimes we don't live according to our understanding. We return to the model of I am somebody, I am the body, mind, and we identify, we go back to the identification. And as a result of the identification, then we experience worry and concern, and then we we experience an intensification of the unhappiness, as you describe it. You have to trust your understanding and live fearlessly, holding on to your understanding. You're gifted a glimpse into your true nature as formless awareness, which is not contained inside the body, which is not the body, which is not limited, and that's you. This understanding that I am this borderless presence. What remains is to live as that. And whenever you find yourself off tracking, whenever you find yourself using the old model of I am somebody, I am a person, I'm a limited consciousness, a limited self, don't proceed any further. Just drop it at that moment. You drop it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's wrong. That vehicle has no engine. There's no fuel in this tank. This vehicle has no tires. You don't try to drive it around. You don't struggle with that. You let it go.
Mm-hmm.
And you will see that the world and the mind will find a harmony. There will be harmony in the world and peace within you and a certain inner strength, because you are, as a way of speaking, holding on to reality, holding on to truth, living as the truth. Any worries that arise have to do with a model that I am a separate entity. And this belief prevents you from relaxing in presence and enjoying life. It gets in the way. It seems very convincing, the thought about what's going to happen to me seems to be very convincing. But the more you return to the reality of consciousness, the formless reality, that the entire realm is God's realm, the more you will be surprised by how things gets revealed to you and how your life unfolds and the peace that comes. The more you don't trust presence, you don't trust consciousness, you don't trust universal beingness, the more the concerns get rooted in you, in your body, in your thoughts, in your perception.
Mm-hmm.
The world will appear to you unfriendly.
Mm-hmm.
Situations will appear to you menacing, worrisome. And this reinforces your sense of separation. Upon adopting the belief In separation, the world will appear to you, your body, your feelings, your sensations will appear to you in line with your belief and will reinforce your belief in separation. And you describe this intensity of the unhappiness. It gets more and more intense. At some point, you cannot go on anymore and you stop. You can stop earlier. You can stop at any moment. You realize a worry or an unhappiness. Ask yourself, what am I assuming myself to be at this moment? I'm assuming myself to be somebody that's something is going to happen to me. Well, what am I truly? Am I not this aware presence? Is there any evidence that I am the body? And then you have to trust your understanding. If your understanding, if your inquiry tells you, no, I am not the body, I'm the reality which perceives sensations, perceives thoughts, perceives the world. I am that formless reality. I am not something which is appearing. You have to trust that understanding. If it's your understanding, if it is your, that's what you see. Then that's the horse you're going to ride. That's the vehicle you're going to drive. That's the way you are going to live. Life will prove to you whether you are in the right direction or not. If you're unhappy, then life is telling you you're in the wrong direction. The wrong direction does not mean I need to find another way in the world. No, the wrong direction in terms of your understanding about truth, your understanding about reality. Sometimes we become unhappy in the world. We say, oh, okay, it's because I am buying this car, I should buy this different car, I'll be happier. Then we buy this different car, then we find out after a while we're unhappy with this car, we need to buy a different car. The unhappiness is not because of what is appearing to you. The unhappiness is a form of resistance, a form of inner fighting. It's some feeling of lack or some fears. On whose behalf are the fears? What is it that is afraid? It has to be somebody. It's normal to be afraid when there is a lion coming at you. It's normal because if you're not afraid, the lion will eat you. So you're afraid, and so you run up to the tree. There is an appropriate, a reasonable fear. And there is a psychological fear, which is completely irrational fear, which has to do with the me ghost, the ghost of me, the me impression, the belief that I'm a limited consciousness, I'm a mortal being. You see, and you are right now the reality that perceives, and that reality has no name. It's transparent. It's effortless beingness.
Is it possible that the ego is using its last, what is the word?
Reserve.
Huh?
It's less reserved.
Yeah, so to speak, because during the last, I don't know, months or whatever, the intention, inner intention from the heart to surrender and to, so to speak, give myself completely, or being taken by God completely, is stronger, and it's really, it's real, it's authentic, and I even see myself praying, using the tool of prayer, and saying like, God, I'm yours. Take me completely. Use me as your tool. And it comes really from a very deep place in my being. And I've been noticing an increasing of tensions, of um, like, maybe, is it possible that this mechanism is trying to find a way to keep surviving?
But let's say that the answer to your question is yes.
Mhm.
What difference does it make? It, or
Well,
the
maybe help.
or
It
the answer
helps.
or the answer is no.
Mm.
What difference does it make? The You love truth, and there are moments where there are concerns because you believe yourself to be body mind, limited.
Mm.
And the moment that you believe yourself to be limited self, then there is a choice: you continue or you don't. So the better choice is you don't. Let's say that the answer to the question is yes. Things get a little bit hot before they get better. Maybe there's a certain resistance, increased resistance
Mhm.
before things get better. We may feel, oh, that's good. That's reassuring, because it's just normal that things will get tougher before they get easier. It's reassuring. But for whom? Who is being reassured? The understanding is very simple about consciousness. That consciousness is real. There is one reality, and that reality is consciousness. How else would I live? What other model is there besides the model of reality? Now, one reality means there is nothing lacking, nothing missing. Everything is fine and complete as it is. So any thought that says, no, things are not fine and complete as they are, is a wrong thought. If there is hunger, there is hunger. If there is tiredness, there is tiredness. If there is relationship breakdown or new everything is perfect as this. What would say no, things are not perfect as they are? Only a belief that things should be different. And consciousness doesn't have a belief that things should be different. That belief that things should be different is just a thought that we want to hold on to, that we don't want it, we don't want that thought to sort of dissolve, to disappear. So it is an activity, the activity of believing it's like there is no reason for that thought to remain, because it's a passing thought. But we don't want that thought to pass. We want it to remain. And so it remains, yes, I am a limited entity. Because if you believe it's just like a thought, it's going to pass. And then there'll be another thought and another thought, whatever. But the belief is like, we don't want that thought to pass. So this is why we are the creator of this belief. We want to believe that we are a person. Francis Owen says that we enjoy being a person. Until being a person becomes a demon, an awful thing, we enjoy being a person. But it's okay to enjoy being a person as long as you know that you're not. First, you need to be clear that you're not. And then you can
to enjoy playing the role, but knowing that
what's wrong?
You're just acting it.
Sure. And we enjoy the play, like when we are children, we go in the playground and we play roles, and this and that, and we play the roles. But to be knowingly this presence, because you are that, it's so evident that I am this transparent awareness right now.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
There is still a little gap between the still contemplation of even like I'm closing my eyes now and I can notice this borderless whatever. Sometimes it's very weird to try to describe it because any words can fit correctly, but let's say this borderless space, empty of objects and limits. And then especially when opening the eyes and the visual aspect, it seems that it it's difficult to bring this field to that.
Well, did the space disappear upon opening your eyes? Or did the space take on a form of colors and shapes and sounds and thoughts and sensations? Actually, even when your eyes are closed, there can be shapes such as thought, for example, could appear with your eyes closed.
Yeah,
So
thoughts
within,
and sounds and sensations.
so within as the eyes are closed, describing a space, but within that space, there is awareness of the space. There's awareness of the space, and there's awareness of sounds or awareness of thoughts. And when you open your eyes, there is still awareness, but now it's awareness of perceptions.
But wait a minute. You said the awareness of space.
Yes.
But this, for example, when I close my eyes, and there is this noticing of this. I mean, I say space, but it's not really a space. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's impossible to describe it. So, but let's use the word space. So this space is what I am, or is something different?
No, it's what you are, and this space is aware. It is an aware space.
Yeah, the thing is that this, when I close my eyes, this space feels more intimate than this.
Okay.
It still feels
okay.
Distant, some sprays.
Okay. So if you take the feeling of intimacy, this feeling of intimacy appears to you. Because if it did not appear to you, you would not say that this space appears intimate or is intimate. So the feeling of intimacy, or the thought of intimacy, or the sensation of intimacy appears to you. Would you agree? You sure you agree?
Yeah. The same with the opposite.
The same with the
feeling or the perception of
non-intimacy or distance.
Yeah. Yes.
That also appears to you. So the sensation or the thought of distance appears to you. But it appears to you in the same space, where the feeling of intimacy appeared. One is slightly yellow, the other one is slightly red, for example. But they're both appearances. The main thing to look at is, with your eyes open, the question is there some part of my experience where on this side it's me, and on the other side is not me?
Yeah, exactly, because to talk about intimacy or distance, it's in relation to something, to some point of reference.
Yes, there has to be some sort of line or point of reference where on this side is the perceiver, on the other side, there is the perceived. But the question is, where is the fence? Where in experience? I mean, experientially, where is this side, and where is the other side?
There is none. There is none.
So okay, there's none. That's wonderful. So you can revisit that. Wait a minute. I open my eyes. Where is here and where is there? Where is the bridge, or the valley which separates those two mountains? Where is the valley? There is no valley that separates those two mountains. So there are no mountains, because the mountains are separated by the valley. So there's no separation. Experiential. You see, there may still be an echo of the old model. Oh, I'm here, and this is me, and this is not me. On this side I am, and on the other side it is. But
yeah, but there is no.
Yes,
There is no experience of something that I can say, oh, I end there, or I end here.
so then you can experiment with living as the whole world is your body. Your body is the whole world. It's
Beautiful.
because it is more in line with your understanding. Experiential, it's more in line with your understanding.
Okay. Nice. So you just answered my first question.
I forgot what was the question.
Yeah, very nice.
So in the absence of a me and not me, what is the problem?
Okay. Thanks for sharing.
Okay, Manuel, try it on and see.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get lunch because I have to go to work.
Okay, enjoy. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, Emmanuel.
Thank you.
Any questions? Okay, well, thank you all. Lovely to be with you, Alan. Good to see you. And, hey, Doug. Hello, Mark. And, hey, John. Hey, George. And Lynn. Roland. My sweet Tara. Lyman, yes. Thank you all.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Magdi.
Bye. Thank you.